Looking expensive after 40 isn't about having the latest designer bag, getting crazy plastic surgery, or even chasing youth. It's about energy, it's about elegance, and it's about intention. Today, I'm gonna break it all down: the beauty, the style, the energy that really makes the difference. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. I'm 50 years old and I love beauty, style, energy, confidence. And that's exactly what we're gonna be getting into today, with a spin of how to look expensive, because let's face it, we all wanna always look our absolute best at any age and any stage. One thing that I love the most about getting older is knowing my worth. I'm telling you, if you met me when I was in my 20s, you would have met a very insecure girl, a woman that definitely did not know her worth and that was really threatened by other people's beauty and even successes. And now at 50 years old, I can tell you one thing that I am is your biggest cheerleader. I want you to succeed. I want you to be the brightest light in the room. And I love spending time with other amazing women. And I'm telling you, that is maturity, that is age, and is one of my favorite things about getting older. Confidence is currency, poise is magnetic, and posture is powerful. And guess what? Those three things cost absolutely $0. So no matter where in the world that you are, no matter what's in your bank account, you absolutely can be a woman that knows her worth and really shows up as the woman she knows she's meant to be. It's really a decision. You know, one thing I can tell you that's actually really funny, it's interesting because I am an older mom. So if you didn't know, I have a almost 6-year-old daughter now. So I had her when I was almost 45 years old. And so clearly I'm an older mom. And I spend so much time with women who are 15, even 20 years younger than me. And I have to say, I love that. It doesn't make me insecure. It makes me just be grateful for my age, grateful for that sense of self that I have. And it doesn't hurt that when I see pictures of myself, I don't look like the old lady in the room, which is also kind of nice. So no matter what age you are, you get to choose how you want to show up by choosing your energy, by being that most confident version of you. I don't care if what you have to do, like maybe you're a super introverted person and you have to like punch up to the sky saying, yes, 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 blast your favorite song, do whatever you need to do. Talk into the mirror and tell yourself, I'm amazing, I am worth it, I deserve to be here. Those are all things that I have done, my friends. It will change your energy. You know, I recently just went to an event and I remember as I was just walking in, I was like, all right, I'm being my most magnetic self, because I was a little tired that night. And I was like, I want to show up as the best version of myself. I want to be loving. I want to be lovely. And I want to just have a beautiful exchange with all of these women. And you know what? It worked. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty and the things that we can actually change. So glowing skin is a non-negotiable. If you want to look expensive, you can't be walking around with dull skin. You can't be walking around with flaky skin. You want to show up radiant and beautiful, and that's going to happen when you take good care of your skin. If you're anything like me, you know that I am super, super passionate about skincare, and it's really important, especially over 40, that you find a skincare routine that really works for your skin. So basics that every woman, I believe, should be using after the age of 40, some sort of hyaluronic acid. It plumps up your skin, it kind of traps in that moisture, it gives you that glow from the inside out, which really makes a difference. I'm a huge fan of serums and layering serums. So one of my favorites is Herbal Face Food. It's 100% plants, and I love it because it is so rich in antioxidants, and I noticed years ago when I first started using it what a difference it made in my skin. I also think it's really, really important that you use some kind of moisture, you know, depending on what your skin is. Even if you have oilier skin, it's really important that your skin is well hydrated, because think about it. If your skin is like leathery and cracked and dry looking, that's going to age you. So having that hydration is going to be key. Bonus points for my gua sha friends out there. I have started doing gua sha about a couple months ago. Game changer. In fact, I did a whole video all about it. So after this video, you can watch it next. It has changed my face. People accuse me constantly now of getting work done. I'm like, no, baby, it's my gua sha, because it really, really works. It's tightened up my jawline, and it's also opened up my eyes more. And that's probably one of the things that I didn't realize. It's helped me with some of my smile lines, and it just kind of gives you that like lift from within. That's why they call it the Eastern facelift. So if you're not doing gua sha, definitely start now. But most importantly, over the age of 40, these are your years of radiance, because we know who we are. So we want to glow and we want to show up as that best version of ourselves. And your skin and your face is what's going to be shown the most. So take good care of your skin. Go to a dermatologist if you need to, and make sure that you have dialed in your skincare routine, because it's going to make you glow, baby. And that's what we all want. Now, in my opinion, nothing looks more expensive than a bright and confident smile. You know, I got to tell you a crazy story. I don't know how, but I had a little chip on my front tooth, and it happened right before we went to London. No one else would notice it. I mean, unless you were really staring at me, but it was like on the inside corner of my tooth, but I knew it was there. And I'm telling you what a dip it made in my confidence, because of course I talk all the time. I'm a smiley kind of girl. And I was like, people are gonna see my tooth. So I finally just like, my dentist just kind of bonded it a little bit, and like, it's gone and it looks great, it looks so natural. But our teeth really matter. I have talked about this a million times on my channel, and that is Lumino. Lumino is a certified non-toxic teeth whitening system. And I'm telling you, if you are not on the Lumino train, this is your sign to start now. I use their toothpaste every single day, and even my daughter uses the toothpaste every day. It uses dead sea salt and essential oils, and it's really gentle. It doesn't make your teeth ache, and it really gives you that super clean feeling. But the star of the show are their whitening strips. I have used whitening strips for years, but let me tell you something. A lot of them are too short, but most importantly, they make my teeth ache. You just get that pain. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, good. And if you do, you're sitting there nodding your head right now, because you know how horrible that feels. That does not happen with the Lumino whitening strips. And when I tell you, these choppers, bright white, and that is what creates a youthful smile. The other big thing about Lumino is the confidence boost that it gives me. I feel super confident. So when I know I'm going to an event, or I've got like, you know, a party to go to, or I just know I'm going to be talking to a lot of people, you better believe that one of my getting ready points is putting on my Lumino strips, because I want to show up with a bright smile, a white smile, and just really looking my best. So I'll leave Lumino and all of my other products that I'm talking about down below in the description box for you. Definitely check out Lumino. I'm telling you, so many of you have, and like, it makes a huge, huge difference. When your teeth are white, you look more youthful. Now, we can't talk about looking expensive and more youthful without addressing makeup. You know, I definitely think that the foundation of makeup is your skincare. And let me tell you something, ladies, all the Botox in the world is not going to give you that glowy skin. So you got to take care of that skin first. But we all like a little smoke and mirrors. And in my opinion, at 50 years old, it's really about enhancing your natural features and what makes you special and what makes you unique. It's not about having like tons of makeup masking it on. In fact, that just looks horrible on older skin, because it's gonna seep into any fine lines and wrinkles. We don't want to do our eye makeup the way that we did it 20 years ago, because guess what? Our eyes, sadly, are not what they used to be 20 years ago. You know, probably most of us have some hooding. We've got a little bit of texture there, and that's not a bad thing. It's just normal. It's aging. So it's really important that you find makeup that enhances your natural features. In my opinion, what I like now, I don't have melasma. I don't have bad skin. I've got great skin, actually. So I use like a tinted serum. If you've got melasma or something you need to cover up, I get it. You're probably gonna need something with a little bit more coverage. But in my opinion, less is more. I don't do those false lashes anymore. I don't get lash extensions anymore. I don't even get spray tans really anymore. Maybe every once in a while, but I really don't. I just bronze my skin using makeup. Major, major game changer, because when you go lighter with your makeup, it's gonna make you look more youthful. So non-negotiables for me are that tinted serum, a little bit of concealer. I love blush. I'm such a blush girl. I love having like a rosy cheek, a little bit of highlighter, and just curled lashes and mascara. If I just have that, like, I'm so good. And honestly, even if I just had blush and curled the lashes, like, at least I don't feel naked. Now, I go to my Pilates classes twice a week and I never wear makeup. I don't care, you know. And again, I think it is important to let your skin breathe and to also get used to like what you look like when you're not all done up. I know that sounds weird, but you know, I'm not the kind of person that wants to wear makeup every single day. But having that routine down. Now, when I am going out, guess what my makeup looks like? This, honestly this, a little bit of eyeliner, you know, I usually kind of bronze or put a little bit of like something brown or reddish around my eyes. That's really the only difference. I have lipstick on and lip liner. Everybody asks me this. Okay, so this is the lifter liner from Maybelline in the Big Lift, and the lipstick is Secret by Milani. Drugstore brand, you're welcome. It's kind of like a dupe or like a inspired product of the Charlotte Tilbury, but I actually prefer the Milani one better, and this combination lasts forever. But my point is, play with makeup. Maybe you go to Sephora, you go to the department store, and let them give you a routine. Now, I have a couple videos that you can check out after this video where I actually go through my entire makeup routine, but I'm telling you, having that dialed in so it doesn't take too long, game changer, and it's gonna make you look more pulled together, so therefore, you're gonna look more expensive. Now, I told you we were gonna be talking about style, and I am a girl who loves clothes. And one of the easiest things that requires zero shopping is to practice tonal dressing. Now, that isn't the same as monochromatic dressing, meaning you're only wearing one color, but it means you're wearing things in the same tonal family. So easy. Now, it's summertime, so think of like white with like maybe a Campoli colored sweater or like a beige wrap around your shoulders, right? Or like a taupe dress with a white open cardigan around it, or a white button-up shirt with a nice flowy maxi skirt. You know, there's just so many different ways that you can play with this technique, and I am telling you, you don't need to go shopping. So when you have effortless color stories, you are going to create instant polish, and how much do we love that? So next up, we're talking about what I like to call strategic style accents. One great bag or one amazing pair of shoes can change up an entire outfit. You know, the other day I was going to dinner, an early dinner with some family friends and their daughter, and I was wearing a basic white tank top, like super basic. I was wearing a midi-length denim skirt. I had a great pair of shoes. They are vintage Valentino. I think they're Valentino. Let's find out. Yes, I mean, what? Vintage Valentino. I got these on the Real, and they were like completely, I mean, look at the inside of them, like perfect condition. I love these shoes. They're so great. And then I had this cute little straw bag. The most easy, basic outfit, but you know what the star of the show was? This shoe. And the shoe, because of the little bit of like raffia and this little accent here, pulled in the purse, and it looked like I really cared, but honestly, it took me like 2 seconds. My tank top was from Amazon, my skirt was thrifted, I had these shoes that were vintage, and you know that bag? $20 on Amazon. I really know we're gonna sell that out, so like run, don't walk. We'll leave that link down below as well. But in my opinion, you know, great style doesn't require you spending a ton of money on your accessories. So, but I do think certain little things can make a huge difference. A pop of color in like a scarf, maybe having a purse or a clutch that has that little pop of color, especially if you're practicing tonal dressing. It just gives you that little je ne sais quoi that makes your outfit a little bit more interesting and also a little bit more personal to you. Now, another thing that's going to make you look more expensive is making sure that your clothes actually fit your body and your body right now. You know, as a fitness and wellness professional, I hear so many women say, oh, I'm gonna wear that when I lose weight, or this will look so much better on me when I lose the weight, or whatever the situation is. But here's the thing, your body and your life is now, so it is so worth it, and you are so worth it. Go to the tailor right now and get your clothes tailored so that they perfectly fit your body right now. You know, I'm only 5'2", and so often I have to get trousers tailored for me, or I'll make sure that like if I'm wearing a wider leg pant, I'll make sure that I'm wearing a heel underneath to create that illusion of more length in my legs. Sometimes I have to get the waist taken in, or sometimes I'll buy clothes purposely a little bit larger because I want a little bit of that like oversized look. But if I do that, I'll make sure, especially like say it's pants, that I want a little bit more flow in the pant. I'll always get the waist taken in so it doesn't look like I borrowed someone else's clothes. That is the key to making you look more expensive and giving you that more like quiet luxury look. Looking expensive and really showing up as the best version of yourself requires energy, and nobody's gonna show up as the best version of themselves when they feel like crap, right? So there are a couple supplements that are truly like my ride or dies. And my number one, I love this even more than my HRT that I take, is MTE. So that stands for more than energy. This is liquid gold. And no, not just because it looks like you're drinking pee-pee, but it is a saffron-based supplement, and it also has paraxathine in it. And what that is, it's really the best part of caffeine that gives you that focus, that gives you that clarity, and it doesn't give you any jitters at all. I do not drink coffee in the morning anymore, and I'm telling you, I drink my MTE every single day. It is just a game changer for me, and it makes me really stay focused, and it helps me to really show up as the me that I know I want to be for myself, for my business, for my family. Like, it really, really has been a game changer for me. I'm obsessed with this stuff. So I also have a discount code for you, and I'll leave that down below. If you use code Tracy, you can get 15% off MTE. It is more than energy. In my opinion, I've gotten messages from some of you that have tried it. It's a game changer. And if you've tried it, also let me know in the comments. But also, another thing is life can feel chaotic. It's summertime, and I know that we all have this vision of like summer and relaxing. I don't know about you, but summer for me is not relaxing at all, because I feel like we don't have really routine. Sometimes my daughter has camp, sometimes she doesn't. It's just not like that structure like you have in the year. Now, I like that in some respects, in the fact like, oh, okay, I don't have to get up quite as early as I have to when she's getting ready for school. But I like having a structure and a system. So for me, one thing that just really makes a difference is taking just 5 minutes to focus on my appearance. As I said earlier, often I don't wear makeup every single day, but I do try to at least like run a brush through my hair, like maybe put on my jewelry, right? And get dressed. That's a huge thing, is not spending your whole day in your activewear. Get up, get dressed, show up as the you you're meant to be. I don't care if you work from home. I work from home, right? But I do feel that I'm more productive and my life feels less chaotic if I spend even just 5 minutes giving myself just a little bit of time to focus on my appearance. And true elegance is really how you treat yourself when no one's watching. What I mean is, listen, we're all getting older. Today, no matter what your age is the youngest you are ever gonna be. So what are you gonna do with your life? How are you gonna talk to yourself? Look, we're all changing. Our faces are changing. Our bodies are changing. Our energy levels are changing. But we still get to show up as the best version of ourselves at any age and any stage. So if you find yourself having an inner dialogue of, I'm old, I'm tired, the party's over, menopause is the worst, la la la, like whatever it is, I'm not minimizing that, and I'm not saying that that might not be your experience right now, but we get to, as a community, change our language. That's one of the reasons why even on this channel, I do this really intentionally. When someone will say like, oh yeah, you're only 50, wait till you get 60. I'm like, no. We don't talk like that in this community, because we are here to lift each other up and to inspire each other. I recently did a fitness experience, and there was a woman that was like 80 years old in it. I was like, tell me more, tell me everything. I found it so inspiring. She was like, yeah, I just do everything low impact, but I can still do it. And I'm like, that's who I want to be. So if you find yourself complaining, whether outwardly or inwardly to yourself, let's collectively just decide we're not doing that anymore. And we are going to really show up as the elegant, classy, chic queens that we know that we are. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, let me know by leaving a comment, give this video a thumbs up. And one of the best things that you can do if you want to help to support my channel is to tap on that subscribe button. It lets YouTube know that you're interested and you want more content like this. And that's of course what I will deliver for you. If you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, make sure to check out this video next, and I'll see you there.